Open a bottle of water.
TAT? No, it's more like 13 or 14.
I know. I bet if are you a volunteer or
Oh, yeah.
and what do you do over there?
And then, of course,
Sorry.
She's here. I saw her.
Ducking over there. You guys hear me okay back there? Yeah. Good. Welcome to American Legion Palm Valley Post 233. All are welcome. This is a post about family. And it's not about me or you or who it's about. It's about family. And we're all family. The K9s and the Legionnaires. They're having bingo tonight in there, so please interrupt those ladies. I'd like to take a moment of silence. Please remove your caps for all our past friends and family and warriors. Is Becca here? There she is. We're now having the national anthem.
please stand and remove your hats. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets a red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Becky Malinsky, the captain in the Marine Corps. Vice Commander Robbie Bacon, to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. last commander, Roy Habakoff. Front and center. Where's Mom? There you are. Come on up here.
All right, babe.
Something for you.
Uh-oh.
There you go, Mom.
Present this to Sherry Duvall in sincerity and appreciation of your foresight, devotion, and to McAfee and the funding of the K9 for Warriors program and in the successful help to rehabilitate our Marine military veterans suffering from the effects of PTSD and TBI on the 20th day of April 2017 by Palm Valley Post, American Legion 233, Ponte Vedra, Florida. I hope you accept this as a great honor.
Thank you.
My name is Roy Habakoff. I can't believe it's been a couple of years since I stood up here in front of this. We did this for 3 years here. Started in 2012 with Robbie Bacon in April of 2012, and we watched our neighbor from North Wilderness Trail move to Roscoe Road, and now they're at Camp K9 over in Nocatee. I'm not going to talk a lot because I understand there's a long agenda here tonight, but I would like to present Sherry with a certificate of honorable mention from the Past Commanders Club. In recognition and sincere appreciation of your outstanding service within the community, by your devotion to helping the needs of veterans who suffer from the invisible effects of PTSD and TBI, by the founding of the K9s for Warriors program. The Past Commanders Club of Palm Valley Post 233 expresses our best interest for your much-deserved retirement and welcome you to Post 233 anytime as an honorary Post 233 guest. I know you're retiring, you might be moving, we don't know what's going on with you. Just so you can find your way back here. Here's our address.
Now that I might need.
But just show that you're an honorary guest at this Commanders Club anytime.
Does that mean I have to cook in the kitchen? Yes. Yes. I heard camping.
Don't want her cooking.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much. This is very special. I too have something, and this is from K9s. Now that I found the place, I didn't have it. Yeah, I need a service dog now. It says, "Thank you, American Legion Post 233, for 5 years of dedicated service to K9s for Warriors." And it's a little plaque to hang inside, and it's from all of our staff. And to Hillman and her gang, thank you for making this up. Very much. Many of you have been with us on this journey for the last 6 years, and many of you have not. I noticed the Fletcher kids are here, and they came in late in the game, but they came on strong. Thanks, kids. Sean Gleason's here. Sean, I know you're here someplace, but there you are, with the troopers, assistant troops that came down from New Jersey, and other wonderful supporters of ours. But I thought I would mention a few things and not bore you all to death. But many of you don't know the history. Bob and I bought a little house right across the street. And I'm telling you, if it was 900 square feet, that was stretching it. And we managed to shove 3 to 4 warriors in that thing, plus offices, 1.5 bathrooms. And in those days, the mission was the same, the program was the same, but we weren't on campus 24 hours a day. The dogs were. So the escapades of some of our earlier classes, I think the neighborhood will still remember. Like a few dogs getting out and grabbing that lady's chickens. That cost me $100. Yeah, I know. Well, Tango, the one dog, he had an affinity for jumping the fence. We tied a big old coffee can with a string around his neck to the end so he couldn't jump the fence. He did anyway, grabbed that lady's chicken again, managed to get over to the lake. I had to run down the Legion and get some helpers to get that dog and the chicken out of the lake. And we didn't save the chicken. That was another $50. But it was chicken dinner, yeah. And then the lawyers that would sneak down here at night and they'd tell all the Legionnaires, now don't tell Mom we were here. And I look out in the garbage can, and there were about 3 beer bottles there, so they all got grounded. I had to march over to the Legion. I said, all right, that's enough. You don't serve them over here. And they'd sneak down again. Those were the earlier days. But in those days, the warriors got up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. You guys have it easy here. Just hear me out. Those guys had to get up in the morning. They had to let the dogs out that we had on property. They had to run them, pick up their doo-doo, feed them, and then at night they had to do it again. And that was part of, they had rotating shifts because we couldn't be there 24/7, although we tried, right, Brett? So things were a little different there, but they were special days. That's where the program grew. That's where the program got legs. And honest to God, we were holding the graduation ceremonies out in front of the garage there and taking pictures and trying to make a big deal out of it. We didn't have any money. And lo and behold, the Legion stepped up again and said, how about we host your graduations at the Legion? And I went, oh, that would be great. So the Ladies Auxiliary would make sandwiches for us and have drinks provided for us. And we turned the graduations over here. And I think y'all have done probably well over 200 graduations in the 5 years right here at your Legion. I can't count that high either. I'm too old. You were?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there you go. But I little stories, and I won't bore you with all of them, but one of the warriors one time, Marine, figures, I come over about 7 o'clock at night, and I see his Jeep going all around the property, inside the fence. And I'm going, what the hell is he doing? And so I get out ready to yell at him. Well, he's teaching the 9-year-old next door how to drive. And then they built a fire pit for us. Well, it really wasn't a fire pit, Brett. What was it?
It was a fire pit.
It was a fire pit. But that's where we used to burn the dog's do. So, again, the preacher next door complained. I don't know why he was always complaining. Chickens in his lake, dogs escaping, and burning dog poo. But those were the early days. And then along comes some volunteers. Tina Skipper, where are you?
Hey, Tina.
Tina took pity on me. And at that time, you really did need to take pity on me. And she came over and she helped. And she was one of the first of a handful of volunteers that came to help us. And lo and behold, one day we bought these crates for the dogs to be outside because we had a mobile house where we kept the dogs. And then the warriors had to let them out, had to play with them. And then I was cooking for them. And then we started getting meals from some of the volunteers. And we had all the free bread we ever needed from the American Legion. I mean, it was bread day on Wednesday, I think. So we loaded up. But one day, a gentleman stopped by on his motorcycle. And he said, let me see your place. And I said, sure, what's your name? Jerry Bolin. Jerry, where are you? So we have these crates outside, big ones, like 10 by 10. And it rained, and they were just mud holes. And he said, well, that's nasty. I said, I know it is. But, you know, it is what it is. It rains a lot in the valley, and we have water problems down here. A couple days later, a concrete truck came in and poured us a concrete pad. That's the kind of help people in this crowd give us. So I want to thank Jim Darnell, Roy Havercost, Dan Wortman, Kathy Church. Amazing, all the years that you and the Ladies Auxiliary have cooked for us, prayed for us, helped us, and hosted us. Jerry, I just mentioned, Kathy Helmley, and I know I'm missing many more. But the other one I would like to say a special thank you to has been to almost as many graduations as possible as Kenny Holiday from day one.
Kenny.
We had a very special warrior that graduated out of 591 Wilderness, and we held the graduation here, Larry Stewart. And he had a dog named Orion. Well, Larry didn't make it. He died of cancer. But we had his service here. Again, the American Legion made it very special. All the dogs were there. The Legionnaires came out. The Patriot Riders. Year after year after year. The what? The Army. The Army? I'm just kidding. But year after year after year, in one way or the other, quietly, silently, you have been there. And you are our post. You are our humble post. We'll never forget your graciousness, your generosity, your love, and your support. Thank you so much.
Rory, you're on deck here, buddy.
Thank you, sir. It is awesome being here at Post 233. The very first graduation I ever came to as the lawyer for the organization. I stood over there as far back in the back as I could, and I watched Sherry, and I watched Brett, I watched the early team, and I'm not kidding you, I cried the first time I saw a graduation here. I was like, there's something magical and special that you all started. And earlier today, someone said, Rory, you've got to replace Sherry in thanking the sponsors. And I said, there's something wrong with that sentence. There's no such thing as replacing Sherry in anything. You might try to pick up the task list and do it, but there's no replacing Sherry Duvall. Everybody give Armand. My list, and I get to get Brett's name wrong now as an official rule. All right, so today we are graduating the 65th class for K9s for Warriors, 303. I know these gentlemen want to get on and get out of here. I can tell the dogs are getting antsy, they're getting antsy. So we'll do this quickly. But to the 9 of you gents, I absolutely love you. It's been unbelievable getting to know you and watching you guys grow. It's been incredible. So our first sponsor is Adrian and Phoenix. Phoenix was sponsored by Phoenix Rising 20 Group through the ATI Super Conference that Sherry spoke at and got a big check out of ATI. Nice job again, Mom. Phoenix is from the Nassau County Humane Society. We have Derek and Nelson. Nelson is sponsored from the Interact Club. We love you guys. There's Principal Nelson here. There's Principal Nelson. Please come on forward just a little bit. I know you're not the principal anymore. But there was a time where the Duval County School District said that you can't raise money for anything but a local school, and that you can't give money to another nonprofit. And Principal Nelson said, I don't care. You're going to raise money for K9s for Warriors.
Don't say that.
Hey, Beatty's gone, it'll be fine. Thank you all, and it's great to have a dog named after you, sir. We have Bill and Andy Cooks. Andy Cooks was sponsored by Mickey Loomis through the Peyton's Plate Forward Foundation. That's the big black and gold gala where they adopted 17 dogs. Absolutely amazing. Andy Cooks' sponsor allowed his grandkids to pick the name, and they collectively came up with the name Andy Cooks. Good kids. I love it. Andrew and Ren. Ren is sponsored by the Bradbury Charitable Family Foundation. Is the Bradbury family here?
Yes, right here.
There you all are. Oh, you're right up front. I love the name of this dog. It is absolutely awesome. The meaning, so we've got Andrew and Ren. The meaning behind Ren's name comes from their son Drew. He got cystic fibrosis when he was 9 in 1994, and they wanted to honor him. His favorite TV show was Ren and Stimpy. Naming a dog Ren makes absolute sense, and their daughter insisted upon the name. And if you don't know about that show, they would say over and over and over again, "Happy, happy, joy, joy," and it was beautiful. So that's exactly that's the spirit today. Happy, happy, joy, joy, and thank you for that. We love having you here with us. We've got Steve and George. George was sponsored by Catherine Hinman. George is named after Catherine's dad. George came from an owner surrender in Michigan. We've got Brian and Mako. Mako was sponsored by, there you are. It was sponsored by Stryker. Mako is the name of their new robotic arm surgical system. So it's not their most romantic story ever, but you two together are amazing, and thank goodness for Stryker to make sure that that happened. We've got Stephen and Lily. Lily was sponsored by Francis Finger, Jimmy and Lillian Warren through the Peyton's Plate Ford Foundation again. Another one of these dogs that came from that amazing black and gold dinner. Lily's name was named after her sponsor. Lily's puppy was raised by our part-time dog walker. Where is she? Marie Massey. There you are. Nice work. To this day, I do not know how puppy fosters can let go, but I bless you for your huge heart. David and Hunter. Hunter was sponsored by Keith Bridwell, Billy Slaughter, and Alina Flores through the Merrick Dog Food Company. If you don't know, these are employees at Merrick, and Merrick is awesome. They have not only sponsored all of our dog food, but they have co-branded dog food with us, Heroes Banquet, which we expect is going to bring in over $1 million to help more warriors. Bonnie and Todd and Mommy, who is sponsored by Joe Wasson via La Tour de Fort. Mommy is named after a river in Indiana, and the sponsor wanted to choose that name because it was related to his area, and I think that's awesome. And Mommy was an owner surrender. So this is our team. We'll bring out Brett to do graduation. Rock and roll. Mr. Brett Simon.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. As always, we had a great class. These guys worked really hard. Our trainers, there's a few of them here. Thank you for getting these dogs ready to go for our veterans. And my warrior trainer team for every day going out with them and making sure that they're okay and doing a great job. So we're going to start off tonight with Todd and Mommy. Next is another Jersey guy. We have a lot of veterans from Jersey. All right, Dave, Castro, and Hunter. This has to be one of the cutest dogs that has ever come through our program. And I don't usually say things like that. So. All right. We're going to have Adrian and Phoenix. We have Ren. Are you Andrew and Ren, please step Next is going to be Brian Wiggin and Mako. Next is going to be Steve Johnson and George. Assisting troops event in New Jersey, and I think he's about ready to cry again. We were crying up there for him to get here, and I'm very proud to say Stephen and Lily, please come forward. Treat out of his house? All right. Derek, can you get up to me? All right. We have Derek and Nelson. Trainers and fosters will remember Andy Cook because he was with us for quite some time. While we went to his graduation too. William and Andy Cooks. American Legion has a presentation for you guys as well, so sit tight.
Thanks.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Post 233, Palm Valley. My name is Jim Durnell. I'm the First Vice Commander of Legion Post 233. Gentleman on my right is Commander Dan Wortman. I'll be reading the certificate that we present to the Warriors this evening. It's a letter of appreciation and gratitude. On this day, you have completed extensive training with your new best friend in life. Your service and sacrifice is the foundation of our great country of America. Our nation and other countries throughout the world are facing challenges that far exceed our imagination. Because of your commitment and dedication to our great nation, we are able to stand here today with the freedom we so dearly enjoy. The American Legion organization is the largest veterans institution in the world. It stands for Veterans Helping Veterans. The American Legion accomplishes this enormous task through many vehicles within and outside of our government. K9s for Warriors is one of those incredible vehicles. On behalf of Palm Valley American Legion Post 233 and all of its officers, I congratulate you and welcome you to our post. We invite you to make Post 233 your home post away from home. We welcome you with open arms, and rest assured we will always be here to help you at any time. Again, thank you for your service, and God bless. For God and country, signed Dan Wortman, Commander, American Legion Post 233, Palm Valley.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's such a pleasure and a privilege that I've had for the last, has it been 4.5 years, Sherry? 5 years? 5 years now, yeah.
Single time we have a Marine come through our program this year to give K9s for Warriors $15,000. So Sherry, I made them panic. Yeah, see, I can do that too. And the last thing I want to say is on a little bit more serious note, it's been a strange 2 weeks on my personal Facebook. I've been reached out to by 4 different families. I did the math today. 2 moms, a brother, and an aunt all reached out to me that someone very close to them was a veteran committed suicide in the last 3 weeks. And I will tell you folks, we just have to do more. And I promise you, what Sherry started, what we are all working on together, we are going to do more. And next year, the PAWS Act is going to, next week, the PAWS Act is going to be dropped. And it's one small step in the right direction because we love our veterans and we are going to do everything we possibly can to keep them alive. So thank you everyone for your time and for being here. Thank you Post 233. We love all of you and the Ladies Auxiliary. And then Brett, I think we're going to have our Warriors exit. Is that right, before we end? Yes. And that's what we'll do. So if you all just hold up 1 second, give our Warriors one last round of applause.